Hey, this is Dave here. I'm back to show you yet another feature which we added to the AI capabilities in HPCBOX. This capability is pretty useful to help users share files among themselves and also make sure that everybody on a team working on an AI or ML or CAE simulation is up to date on the various results which are being generated by other members on the team. And also for an individual user, it helps them keep track of the files they're generating for the different workflows and tag files so to make them searchable and to be able to easily recall them in the future. So I'm going to be logging in as the admin user, the first user on the cluster. And I've got my HPCBOX app open here, and I've got an ANSYS CFX simulation, which I've already executed previously. So you can see that it used 90 CPU cores and using 2025 R1, and this was the input file which was used, the 𝗣𝗿𝗃𝗁𝗲 file. Now I'm going to open my AI assistant here, and I'm going to make sure that I'm able to have the assistant remember the files which were generated for this particular workflow, and also add some other additional semantic information to make this searchable in the future. So let's see how I do this. I would like to remember a few output files which were generated for this workflow. So now you can see when I ask the assistant and inform the assistant that I want to remember certain files which are generated for this particular workflow, the agent has automatically given me the Browse Files button. So I can now go in and I can actually select what I want to share. Select this particular file, which is the results file from the CFX run. And you can see that the agent is now tagging the file and also saving information about the file. Now, one important thing or nice feature here is there are two ways in which we can actually have these file references attached to HPCBOX workflows. One is the open mode, wherein although we don't send any data from within the files to the LLM service which is being used, we do send the names of the files. The other option is to turn on this toggle called private file references. So when this particular toggle is turned on, what happens is there is only randomly generated GUID references which are sent back to the LLM, but all the information about the actual file names is stored locally. Now, there are, of course, not all the features available when you're going to private mode. For example, you won't be able to ask the agent about list all the files in a particular directory where this particular result file exists, and stuff like that. But otherwise, you're going to be able to have a lot of other more semantic search capability when you have this private file references turned off. Now, if you want to keep this private file references turned off, but you still want to want to have some kind of privacy, then what you can do is instead of using an open LLM service, like OpenAI service, etc. You could have a self-hosted LLM, or you could use Azure OpenAI, where you can deploy the agent within your Azure tenant and keep everything within your Azure subscription. Now let's now go back and log in as a different user, because this is where it gets interesting. So now I'm going to be logging in as a user, a DRZ user, which is a different user but on the same cluster. And I'm going to open the same HPCBOX app and go to the AI assistant here. And I'm going to ask the agent, have any other users worked on airfoil simulations? Now you can see that the agent was successfully able to tell me that, somebody else worked on the ANSYS CFX 10 million airfoil simulation performance test workflow. And you can also see that it's showed me two result files which have been tagged along with that particular workflow. So both __02 and __03, which I just tagged. So now all the users on the HPCBOX cluster are aware of the different kinds of workflows which other users are executing on the cluster, and they can also know what kind of results have been generated. So this is a completely semantic search-based system. So the users could include further information like pressure, velocity, or whatever else they want to have tagged along with the files to make these files searchable later on. Hope you enjoyed this short video, and I'll be back with more updates soon. Thank you.